Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to...
So when can a surrounding be said to be
When you have
well
taken
put together?
all the elements of design, your house is properly, what was the word? There is ventilation coming in. You have done color coordination. As a rule, do not use more than 3 colors in your entire house from top to bottom. So every color that you're using should be complementary to each other. And then you have actually put furniture that is enduring and is functional. And then you have some plants so that you can breed. I always tell people, I encourage them to have small gardens, no matter how small, because we need those plants for aesthetics and also for our lives. Because it's from those plants that we get, isn't it oxygen that they give to us and all of that. So when you have done all of that, it's not when you have filled up the house with too much furniture like we do in Nigeria. It doesn't have to be like that. And then there's a place for lighting.
Okay. So what makes a good interior decorator? You know, someone to play very well in your sector. What is required?
Ability to think outside of the box, ability to imagine, create the unusual, and then your ability to read people. Because when your client is talking to you, you should take what they're saying to you and translate it to design. Oh, yeah, I want a house. Okay, I am the editor-in-chief for Yes International. I like you to do my house. What I'm hearing is he's a public figure. He might be entertaining a lot. So I have to use things that are durable. So you're thinking high traffic. So I'm going to start asking you, do you entertain a lot? How do you, what, your children, do you have children? What are their ages? Because you need to know all of these things to do the appropriate thing. So an interior designer must be versed in creativity, must be versed in imagination, must be able to see the end from the beginning. Because what you're working with is an empty canvas. It's an empty house that you're being given. And most times, most people don't know what they want. So you need to start matching the palettes together for them. So you must know this thing.
So why did you delve into furnishings? Why did you do that career path?
Because it's something I love to do. Something I have been doing even before I knew there was something called interior design. If you call my father now in Umuahia and say to him, tell me about your daughter, he said, that girl, she used to scatter my house and rearrange it. I always like things being orderly. I like things being in their place. And I like knowing that I could change. In fact, in the early days of my marriage with Kufre, he didn't know what will happen by the time he comes home. I think that's part of the intrigue. He will go to work and the house is looking like this. By the time he comes, I would have changed it around. And he's wondering, is this my house? So he always knew he would come back to something different. And it was something that, and then we were taught to do what you like to do. So it was a kind of a hobby I had, right? And then we were taught to do what you wanted to do. So by the time I started having children, and they sent me to Ibadan to go and do one corporate lunch for Procter and Gamble, and I couldn't come back on time, and my daughter was in school till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I knew that I had to chart a new career path. And so I left advertising, and I went to where my strength was. And then I now started doing the certifications to back it up.
Your company is called Rosemary. How and why did you settle for that name? And what distinguishes Rosemary's from the other interior decor outfits?
2 reasons for the name.
Out there.
One, my English baptismal name is Rosemary. Second reason for the name, Rosemary is a sweet smelling flower. And I knew I was going to do people's homes and their homes would be sweet. And in the beginning, I always gave everybody a jar of Rosemary's home spray. Yeah? So those were the reasons for the name Rosemary's. And why is Rosemary's different? Rosemary's is a can-do company. We never say we can't. Can you do this? Yes. Even if we don't have the competency, we go and learn. And then we get it done. And we're that company that keeps working until you are satisfied. Because we'll carry you along from first interview to final setup. We're carrying you along and we're saying to you, are you all right? Is this you? Because we want to furnish for you, not for ourselves. I mean, we can do many things, but you can't the truth is that you can't walk into a space done by Rosemary's and say, oh, this was done by Rosemary's, because in each space we try to do what our client wants. So we create for our clients, not for ourselves. Then when you come to our own space, then you can find us.
Anyone who wants to do an appreciable interior decor, what is the lowest budget that one can get?
It's difficult,
and what is like the highest budget that one can get?
Tastes differ. So we can actually make the same things for two different persons and they don't cost the same thing. Same shapes, same sizes, but then the fabrics will be different. Maybe one person is asking for leather and the other person is asking for fabric sofa. So the cost of a fabric sofa is not the same thing as the cost of a leather sofa. Yeah. So I don't want to scare anybody. We can work with any budget, and it's just us knowing what it is you want. I don't say, oh, you must have to have 5 million. The way they say that, what's his name? Yule Doche's father said, I don't want to say that May is my favorite child. So I don't say like 5 million, but I'm actually saying something like that. Yeah.